Hey guys, this is Chandra, and I'm here to do the tutorial on the Anchor album, which is this album. So this is part 2. These are the pages that I'm going to be showing you how to make. First, what you want to do is you want to make the base pages, which you're going to make 6 of. So you need 6 sheets that measure 8 by 11 and 6 sheets that measure 8 by 10. So you're going to stick the 8 by 11 side, so the 11-inch side is at the top, and your score at 1/2 inch, and again at 10.5 inches. And you're going to do those 6 times. I'm only doing it once. Okay. So for the first page, you're going to need a sheet that measures 8 by 10. You're going to stick it in your scoreboard so that the 8-inch side is at the top, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch. The second page is blank. There's just photo mats on it, or the second side. Okay, the third side, you're going to need a piece that measures 7 by 11. You're going to stick it in your scoreboard so that the 11-inch side is at the top, and you're going to score at 5.5. Then you're going to need a sheet that measures 2 3/4 by 7. You're going to stick it so that the 2 3/4 inch side is at the top, and you're going to score that at 1/2 inch. You're also going to need 2 sheets that measure 1 by 5.5, and you're going to score those in half. And you're going to need 1 sheet that measures 1 by 7, and you're going to score that in half. So page 4, you're going to need 2 sheets that measure 7 by 10.5. Stick it in your scoreboard so the 10.5 inch side is at the top. You're going to score at 1/2 inch, and again at 5.5. And you need 2 of these, 1/2 inch and 5.5. Page 5, you're going to need 2 sheets that measure 4.5 by 10. The 4.5 inch side is at the top, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch, and you're going to do that on both sheets. Page 5, or side 5. Let me check here. I have something wrote down different than I did. So this would be page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I know which one it is. That was 5. So 6. Page 6 is the pockets page. So you're going to need 1 sheet that measures 9 by 3.5. 9-inch side is at the top. You're going to score at 1/2 inch, and then at 8.5. Rotate it once and score at 1/2 inch. And then you're going to need 2 sheets that measure 9 by 2. On the 9-inch side at the top, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, and again at 8.5. And you're going to do that twice. The 7th page, you're going to need 2 sheets that measure 4.5 by 8.25. You're going to stick it in. The 8.25 inch side is at the top. You're going to score at 1/2 inch on both sides. Page 8 is 6.5 by 9. You're going to want the 6.5 inch side at the top and score at 1/2 inch. Page 9 is another pocket. You're going to need a piece that measures 8.5 by 4.25, or 4.5, 8.5 by 4.5. Stick it in so that the 8.5 inch side is at the top. Score at 1/2 inch. Score at 8. Rotate it once and score at 1/2 inch. The second sheet measures 8.5 by 4. Again, you're going to use the 8.5 inch side at the top. You're going to score at 1/2 inch, and again at 8. Page 10, you're going to need 2 sheets that measure 5 by 7.25. You're going to stick it so that the 7.25 inch side is at the top, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch, and you're going to do that to both sheets. side or page 11 is blank. And the last page is the multi-pocket page. So you're going to need one sheet that measures 7 3/4 by 9. You're going to stick it in the 9.5 inch side. Sorry, 7 3/4 by 9.5. 9.5 inch side is at the top, and you're going to score it 1/2 inch. You're going to need 4 sheets that measure 4 7/8 by 5. You're going to stick it so that the 4 7/8 inch sheet is at the top. Boy, I can't say that. Score it 1/2 inch, and then score it 4 3/8. If you don't want to count over, just rotate it and score it 1/2 inch. So the 4 3/8 is one line past the 4 1/4. And then rotate it one more time and score it 1/2 inch. Basically, you're scoring 1/2 inch on the shorter side and on both sides of the shorter side, and then 1/2 inch on the other side. So again, 4 7/8 on the top, 1/2 inch, 4 3/8. Rotate it once, score it 1/2 inch. Okay, so that's all the scoring that you're going to do. For the base page, you're going to get out 8 by 11 and the 8 by 10 page. So you're going to fold on your score marks. And I'm using printer paper just because I don't want to waste my cardstock, because even though I made the album, I'm not going to be making these pages to fit this album. So you're going to fold it. Here's your flaps. And you're going to want to use score tape, or sticky back tape, or red line tape, or wet glue for the construction of this. So all this gluing that I'm doing right now, you're going to want to use a good adhesive, okay? Let me back up a little bit. Excuse me. So the 8 by 10 inch sheet, you're just going to stick it on the top of that, and that's going to create your base pages, okay? So the rest of these pages are going to be attached to each base page. So the first sheet in your album is the one that measures 8 by 10, and you're just going to fold on your score mark there. And all you're going to do is the fold is going down, so flip it over, and you're going to apply your tape right here on the inside of the flap. You're going to cut off the corners here with the adhesive right here. Stick it in your pocket. Line it up with your score mark and press down so that it adheres. And this is going to be your first page, which is this page right here. Okay, now we're going to work on the third page, because the second page just has mats. So we're going to make this pocket right here. Okay, so that is the first page. There we go. The third page is the one that measures 7 by 11 that we scored. So we're going to fold that in half. Okay, these little hinges that we made, fold those. There were 2 that measured 5.5 by 1 and 1 that measured 1 by 7. So we're going to fold all those in half. Okay. Let me move this so you can see behind it. So on these hinges, you're going to want to apply adhesive on both sides of the hinge, meaning the left and right side, not front and back. And we're going to do it on all 3 pieces. Then you're going to miter your corners. I'm doing it at once. So I'm folding it in half, and then I'm cutting out a diagonal to cut that off. And again, I'm doing that to all 3 of my hinges. Whoops, just threw that one. Okay, so now these hinges. Our pocket goes on there like this and then flips down. So I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to work on the back. of this. So I'm going to apply the longest hinge, which is the 1x7, on the bottom of the page, which is the folded edge. These two I'm going to apply there, and I'm applying the folded edge of the hinge against the cut edge of the paper. And this is what's going to create the pocket. Okay. So now I'm going to get my base page out, and you're going to want to mat your base page first and then apply your pocket. So I'm applying my pocket to the front of the page like this, wherever you want it. Okay. And it's going to create that pocket here. Now this 2 3/4 by 7" piece, you're going to fold it on the score mark. I'm going to miter my corners. Always miter your corners because it creates less bulk. And I'm going to apply adhesive to the flap while it's in its extended position, meaning it's not fold. Okay, so you can choose to put your flap on the back of this page here or on the actual pocket page. I'm going to put it on the back. So I'm just going to open it up. I'm going to slide it behind that pocket, the pocket opening, and press down. Now what I did was I rounded my corners here. So you have this flap and you have a pocket here, and then you have this page here, and then the flap will close like this. Here's the flap, here's the thing, and here's the pocket. Now in this one, I attached this flap to the page. I didn't like that. So that's why I'm telling you to do it the way I like it. Or you can do it the way I had it. I'm applying this flap to the actual base page, and that way this pocket is here like this, and this closes down. If you want it to open up behind the flap, like I do here, you're just going to want to put the tape on the opposite side. So instead of putting the tape on this side right here, you're going to put it on the inside. You're going to still stick it in and then fold it down, and then that way it'll be like that, where you can reach behind the pocket. Okay, so that is page style 3. I'm just going to flip this off because I only made one base page. So, all right. So the next pieces you're going to need are the 2 sheets that measure 7 by 10 and a half. 7 by 10 and a half. We scored at 1/2 inch, and then we scored at 5 1/2. So I'm just folding my little 1/2 inch flaps, and then I'm folding this part up. So the 5 1/2 inch score mark I'm folding up. Okay. It's pretty simple. So again, this is a page that you don't have to mat first, but then I'm just applying tape to my flaps, and I'm applying it to the front. So like if this is the front, this is the front, I'm applying my tape here. And again, you want to cut your corners. And so all I did to attach it to my base page was I just kind of guesstimated the distance. Like I'm gonna line it up with those 2 lines I made there, because you want equal distance left on the left and the right side. So I just put it there, but I lined it up against the fold mark of the page. So it's lined up flush with the top of the page, and then that folds like that. And on the bottom, you're just going to reverse it. Okay, so you want your page to open up this way, but you're still going to attach it to the fold and line it up with the one that you've already done, meaning that it's lined up right here, and then attach it to the bottom of your page. So this opens this way and then opens that way, and this one opens this way and then opens down. And that's all there is to this page right here. So it opens up down, and see, I put magnets right here and right here before I matted. So it opens down. Whoops, I had the wrong thing. So this opens down and then it flips up. Okay, so this one opens up and then it flips down. The next page style are the ones that measure, where are you? Here's 1, here's 2. 4 1/2 by 10. We scored at 1/2 inch. Fold on your score marks. Apply tape to your flaps while they're folded on both flaps. Going to cut off your corners. Again, you're going to do it on all four sides. And then I'm lining this folded edge up to the left edge of my base page, making sure it's flush. And then the second one, I'm lining it up against the other side, which is the opening for your pocket. And this is what you get there. And that is this page right here. So now, okay, now we're doing the pocket page. It has the 3 pockets on it. And that is the ones that measure 9 by 3.5 and 9 by 2. So I'm going to take the 9 by 3.5 inch sheet. I'm going to fold on all my score marks. I'm going to cut out this square that's formed from folding. And I'm going to apply glue here, or tape here, on all these flaps, and they're extending. Now, these 9 by 2 inch sheets, I'm going to fold on those marks as well. I need 2 of them. And again, I'm going to apply tape to the flaps while they're not folded on both sheets. I'm going to go ahead and apply it here, and here, and on the bottom. Okay, so now you're going to bring your base page in, and you're going to apply, this is the part that I always get jacked up with. Okay, so you're going to apply the 3.5 inch sheet first that has the 3 score marks. So you're going to fold it up, and you're going to apply that folded edge to the bottom edge of your page. Line up the sides. Okay. And that's that. So now this page, you're going to fold it, and you're going to stick it in the page here. This opens up. You're going to open it up just a little bit and stick it in there. If for some reason your cardstock is too thick, what you can do is cut at an angle to your score mark and then cut over. And that's about 1 inch. So cut to your score mark and then cut at an angle to your score mark. So what that's going to do is create this little V here. And then that way, that can go right in your pocket without any obstruction. So you just stick that in there. You can measure it so that it's 2 inches above or not. So again, let me see if I can get closer here to show you what I'm doing here. So this is the pocket page. I'm cutting it 1/2 inch or about 1 inch or whatever you want, however you want your pockets, how deep you want them. Cut it to the score mark. Then go on the other side of the score mark and cut at an angle up to that line, so it creates like a flower pot looking thing. Oh my gosh, I can hear my son's gaming system upstairs. So fold on your score marks. Let's zoom back out so you can see what I'm doing here. And stick it inside the previous pocket, lining it up against the sides. And that is the 3 pockets, which are right here. Okay. These tag sizes are 7 3/4 across. This one is 4.5 tall. This one is 6.5 inch tall, and this one is 9.5 inch tall. So the next page we're going to do is just 2 simple flaps. You need 2 sheets that measure 4.5 by 8 1/4, and those are the ones that we scored at 1/2 inch. Apply tape to your 1/2 inch flap marks. And I chose to have these opening up this way. If you would like them to open up this way, because this is the spine right here, if you want them to open up that way, just attach them to the other side. So I just attached it here, and then I attached it to the top the same distance away. So like this is 1/2 inch, so I want this to be 1/2 inch away, or just center it in there, but you want it to be even so it looks even. So here's this page here. And I did stick magnets before I matted, so those are magnetic. Again, I'm ripping them off. The next page is simple, 6.5 by 9, scored at 1/2 inch. Fold on your score mark. Apply adhesive to your flap. And fold your flap back down. Here's the spine of the book, okay? And line this folded edge with that paper, and I'm centering it between the top and the bottom of the page. And that creates this page right here. All right, so the next pockets page, you're going to want to map this page first, because this pockets I did slightly smaller than the page just because I wanted to make it a little different. Okay, so these, you only need 2 sheets. One measures 8.5 by 4.5 and the other one was 8.5 by 4. The one that measured 4.5 is the one that we scored on, come on, get out of here, 3 sides at 1/2 inch. So again, just like we did the last pocket, you fold on all 3 of the score marks. And you're going to cut out that V. Oh, I'm getting stuck everywhere. Cut out the square, I mean. I don't know where I got the V. Okay. And then the second one is 8.5 by 4. And we're only scoring that in half. If you want to do it now, go ahead and cut about 1 inch from the bottom. And cut across to the top. If you want to get precise with it, what I normally do when I'm making my actual album is I put the page on my grid mat, and then I'll mark over at the same distance, you know, and then I'll cut there, and then I'll cut the V's to meet that. As long as this part is straight, you won't see anything else. Okay, so here's my base page. So again, I'm going to apply this pocket first, the pocket with the bottom on it. Okay, so I'm folding my 2 flaps in my bottom, and I'm centering it on my page on the bottom. Applying that down. You have adhesive on this 1/2 inch flap and this 1/2 inch flap on the side. So then now you fold it back and stick it in that page there. And that is going to create this pocket page here that only has 2 pockets. These tags measure, they're both 7.25 inches wide. So this big one is 9 and the other one is 6. The next page style is the 5 by 7.25. And we scored at 1/2 inch. So fold on your score marks. Let's take this out of the way so you can see. I'm trying to make this video in under 25 minutes, so bear with me here. It takes forever. I'm not editing it, so you get what you get. So this is the one you put the adhesive on there, cut off the corners of your flap again, fold it so the adhesive is on the back. Here's the top of the page, and I'm just lining it up to the left, making sure it's flush with the left. This side, I'm lining it up so that it's flush with the right side, making sure it's lined up with the top of the page. That creates this page with these 2 flaps. The next page in my book was blank. As you can see, I just had photo mats. So the last page is this flip pocket page. Okay, so the flip part is 9 3/4 by 9. We scored it 1/2 inch on the top. So you're gonna take that flap, apply adhesive to the strip. Again, you're gonna want to cut these 2 corners off here and apply it to your page. And when you do this, you're gonna again center it between left and right side, so that there's equal amount of distance between this side and that side, and you're gonna put it on there. These 4 pockets are all done the same way. So we scored on 3 sides. We're going to fold, get this out of the way, on all your score marks. And this is, you're going to do it to all 4. Cut out your square that's formed from folding. You're going to apply adhesive to the flap right here, right here, and right here. Fold them down. Get your page back out. This is the flap here. And you're just going to apply that there. So you're going to repeat the same process with this pocket, and this pocket. So you're going to line up the next pocket right on top of this pocket. Now, this is the time, if you want little finger notches, you're going to want to punch your finger notches before you attach the pocket to your page. which I did not do. Here is that page, and it has the pockets. These 4 tags are 4.5 by 3 3/4 that fit inside there. And that is the tutorial for the Anchor album. I did it in 25 minutes and 15 seconds. Have a great day.